Howdy folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with some more, well, I guess it's not Murders at Karlov Manor draft yet. We are still just a little shy of that 10,000 gold mark to get another draft in, but we're just gonna grind it out and get that draft going. So, our quest today, we already rolled a 750. Heck yeah, always a good day. Let's kill 25 of your opponent's creatures, so I think best option is to just mess around with the Explorer Vampire deck. It's not a very good one. It's missing some of the important pieces since I only say have one Vein Ripper, so on and so forth, but lets us kill a lot of stuff, fun to noodle around, can probably win some games. Now we just need to get another 400-ish gold, and then we can do a little draft. And hopefully not go 0-3 again. Oh. I feel very wakeful this morning. This is a lie, but if we say it enough times, it becomes true, right? Renzo Medina. Okay. Got both our colors. We've got some early card draw. We've got our... Don't play these cards in the vampire deck. It's just what we've got. Yeheni is not great, but turns the Dusk Legion Zealots into something. Sack fodder, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. I'm guessing Izzet Phoenix. Yep. If you see a River Glide, Lava Glide pathway, probably up against Phoenix. I used to play a fair bit of Phoenix. You know, it's I had a lot of fun with it because it relies on a very different axis of gameplay than I'm very used to. I've heard it talked about in terms of card velocity rather than card advantage or board advantage. It's about churning through your deck and gaining advantage out of that churning. Yes, our Westgate Regent, the our discount Vein Ripper at home. But yeah, it's very interesting because you typically, like, you know, mid-range decks and a lot of things playing to the board are going for like incremental value. Then you've got tempo decks that are really caring about, you know, sort of the efficiency of things. But Phoenix is really caring about just sort of churning through. You see most of your deck if you're playing a full game on it. So they've already got one Phoenix in the bin. Neat. So they could, in theory, pop off next turn, but I think what we do is we run out Sorin and we poop out the Westgate Regent, because that's kind of a big threat for them to deal with, and it also forces extra discarding. Ooh! Okay, they hit the Sorin. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. It was a very interesting deck to play. I kind of peered it out with it after the iteration got banned, because I don't know, it was a very important piece of the deck. I feel obviously people are still making it work, but you're seeing a lot more variety with it, which I think is absolutely a good thing. Just, I mean, hey, Treasure Cruise also from cons. That might actually be a fun reason to try and get back into it. Just, I don't know, it didn't feel quite good to me anymore, so haven't been doing it as much. I think we run out a Preacher and Thoughtseize. The Thoughtseize is always a little awkward against Phoenix and whatnot, you know, hand attack. But, you know, dumping stuff into their bin that taking a card draw spell out of their hand doesn't hurt all that much. So Fiery Impulse. So Lightning Bolt for creatures or card draw. I think we want to take the card draw away. So now Now it's a lot tougher for them to actually get that Phoenix out of their bin to draw into stuff they need. So hopefully we can just play... Oh, okay, they draw an opt. Hopefully we can just play the slow value game. Just let our Preacher of the Schism do its thing. Okay, double Phoenix in bin. And they've opted to cast another spell, so they could just ding the Preacher exclusively to get back to Phoenix, which would not necessarily be a bad thing. Oh, or they can do a second Picklock Prankster, which is probably way better. Okay, they might have gotten us. If we draw land for Westgate Regent, I think we've got a chance, but we go down to 11. Bam. Ooh, that hurts, but I do think we do it. We don't see them have the removal spell for it. That is a Treasure Cruise, but we get to start making little 1/1 lifelinkers. See, Yahenni's a totally great inclusion. We can use them as sack fodder. There might have been an argument for trying to Thoughtseize away the Treasure Cruise, but they've kind of already done the thing we're scared of, so we need to try and deal with the board. They could get a Lightning Axe, but then they're still at the very least like 2 for 1ing themselves. Probably actually 3 for 1ing themselves. I mean, they can also attack and then Fiery Impulse if we block, but it's still, you know, that does take away a Phoenix for a turn. They do have to discard something. I'm curious if they still play Crackling Drake. I think you should still play Crackling Drake. It's a very good card in my opinion, but okay, so they're just gonna... They've got 2 burn spells? Or are they using it to discard a Phoenix? So 2 burn spells. Oh? Interesting. I mean, we still trade off. This buys us an extra turn, in theory. Okay. Oh, no, we're 1 short. Oh, no, that's terrible. Okay. Interesting. So we're going to take 4, so we really can't Thoughtseize. We can get kinda risky. We can run out of Dusk Legion, sell it. I guess we could use the Vampire to just get in the token and gain a life, which might not be a bad thing. I do like the Duress, so that we can see if they've got anything too egregious. I think that's better than Yahenni at the very least. Okay, so this is only non-creature spells. So get rid of the Treasure Cruise so that they're kind of down on gas. So it's going to be a lot harder for them to get that other Phoenix back. And you know what? I think we do actually run the 1/1 in just to give ourselves a little bit more of a life buffer. Because, I don't know, like, they do run Spikefield Hazard, right? Okay. If we can draw a land, slam the Vein Ripper, that gives us a lot of life gain options. So that would feel good. Plus, you know, big giant blocker. I mean, they could lightning axe it, but if they're using a lightning axe there, come on, land. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's not actually super okay, but we can, because we'll be taking 4 next turn. So we take 4 this turn, and then we can block. If we draw a land for Vein Ripper, we can block the 3/2. We only take 2, so as long as we attack with the vampire, we might be okay. Not what we needed. So, do we Yeheni feudal attack, or I guess we can push the okay, maybe we aren't dead. Because we Yeheni, we attack, and then we can sacrifice one of them to Yeheni and gain the 1 life. So we sacrifice the Dusk Legion Zealot. And then that lets us Fatal Push the Phoenix. I guess we should have waited and done it on their turn. Because now... But we're dead either way if they get the Phoenix back. Oh, right, the spell appears. Haha. Never mind. That card that I'm like, oh, that's dead in their hand. It wasn't. Okay. 1 quest progress. Hell yeah. It's definitely not going to take a little while. We might not end up doing the draft today. We'll see. So I would like to mess around in Standard Explorer. Ideally Timeless. Timeless would be fun, but I think it's going to be a bit of a wild card investment to get the baseline pieces to be at all reasonable in that format. But I would like to mess around with those a fair bit. I just kind of, it would be nice to get to rare completion for Murders at Karlov Manor first. Because then I actually have some options for Bruin potential. So I do think we keep this. It's a little awkward, but we get 2-drop into a very good 3-drop that helps us ramp out into our other stuff. I think we can afford. So we're up against Control. I will bet good money. I think rather than hard committing to playing that out on a red this turn, I think it's better to... Oh, no, not Control. Blue-white spirits? Is this a soldier? No, it's a pirate. Intriguing. So I think I do actually, rather than trying to run out the Fable, I want to Thoughtseize and see what's going on in their hand, and then we can run out a second Blood Tithe. Because I'm pretty sure this is spirits. Rattle Chains, okay. So now all of their spirits gain a flash. They're giving it hexproof. Okay. I think we get rid of the Spell Queller. Wandering Emperor is going to be bad, but I don't know. I think we can handle it. Incoming. Would you like to trade? Yes, you would. Good. I think that is correct. And then we play a second one. We've done lots of good old damage to ourselves. So now they can get lost something, which is probably going to be the Fable. This also does give them an opportunity to zonk the Blood Tithe Harvester, but they've got no more lives. Okay. So we are kind of stuck. This is why you don't want to be doing things like Bloodletter of Aklisots and whatnot. You want to be playing more powerful 3-drop vampires like Preacher of the Schism. I just, I don't have them right now, but I still want to play with the cool deck. Okay. So we could run out the Bloodletter. I don't want to just attack into the Wandering Emperor. So I think we just run out the Bloodletter. I suspect that they will get lost it. And hopefully we just, like, rip land, so that we can Westgate Regent and then Vein Ripper. No attacks. You can get lost, or you can just, run out the Emperor for minimal value. Rattle Chains. We might honestly just, like, sack the Blood Tithe Harvester to kill the Rattle Chains. Oof. Well, okay, fine. Let's go digging for a land. Ooh. No, I don't. I do like the lifelink. I don't think that's what we want. I also don't think we want Fable. I think we just want a land. Discard a Westgate. Okay, and then we can play that out tapped. Man, yeah, maybe we should have taken the Wandering Emperor. I mean, Spell Queller is also just a very, very powerful tempo card, but... It's been a while since I've been playing Explorer. Like, I did a little bit of it last night with this deck, but... I guess I've done a little Explorer Angels. It's just, I don't know. It's been probably, like, year and a half since I was doing any significant amount of Explorer, so... Actually, no, even more than that. Almost 2 years at this point. So, the way things are put together has changed. Yerp.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Ouch. Ouch times 2. All the Westgate Regents. Well, let's test the waters by attacking in. Block. Okay. And counterspell. Okay. Kill spell discarding something because you still win? Yup. Alrighty. I like Westgate Regent a lot. I don't think it's anywhere near as competitive as Vein Ripper, but discarding a card is not a small ward, but and like if you cheat it out, sure, but Vein Ripper gets very immediate value of turning everything on the board into some very scary life point swings. And then on top of that, to kill it, unless you have a sweeper or a sacrifice effect, you're going to lose. Well, okay, a sweeper, I guess, so an exile sweeper, you don't lose any life from, but any sort of single target removal, you're losing basically at least 4 life, which is pretty strong. I think we can make this work. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 lose some more life to Dusk Legion Zealot, hopefully. Okay, so Grease Fang. Don't bin the vehicles for them, even though Eska's Chariot can be a problem. Bin the thing that helps them get stuff into the bin. Dusk Legion Zealot. Draws another Dusk Legion Zealot. Okay. Blood Tithe Harvester. Or we can also run out a Yeheni. I think I want to run out the Yeheni so that we can double spell. No, I guess we don't necessarily have a guaranteed double spell next turn with the Harvester and Zealot because 2 black sources. But that's the downside to Mutavault in a 2-color deck. Okay, Preacher of the Schism is not bad. But it might be good. I think, as painful as it is mono-wise, I think we run out the Blood Tithe Harvester so that we've got some sort of potential removal this upcoming turn. So that we can, like, kill a cat, or I guess we don't get to kill a Grease Fang. Okay. So, yeah, here we can kill one of the kitties this next turn so that they can't crew. They can play a second chariot, but yeah. So they can play a second chariot and then get rid of the chariot they play so that they can still do stuff. Triple Mutavault is certainly awkward. But we do this, it grows our Yeheni. Yep, sure thing. Because increases their blocking opportunity, but then we run out Westgate Regent. And pass the turn. Because Westgate Regent can become a very quick clock. They could potentially land Sky Sovereign and then Zot the Yeheni, but then we just sack the Zealot. And they don't have anything in the bin, so like even if they Grease Fang, we're kinda okay. So, removal for Westgate? Question mark? Vessel of Nascency. Okay, so trying to get stuff in the bin. So taps them out of making the Grease Fang too scary. So we'll have a turn. And it's still only an Esca's Chariot in the bin, which is kinda okay. Fatal Push is nice, because that gives us the defense we needed. Awesome. They scooped anyway, but we were pretty well set up there, because then we could have held up, Crack the Blood, Fatal Push, and that kills Grease Fang. So, yay, we drew the way to keep them in check. First win of the day. It only took us 23 minutes. No, that's... I probably shouldn't be playing this deck, because I don't have the pieces to make it actually really work, but I don't know, I like the concept a lot. I love Vein Ripper value. I love using Fable to copy Vein Rippers. I mean, that's really all you want to do with this deck. You got other stuff, but that's just to stay alive long enough. So, the fact that we only have one Vein Ripper is not great for it, but okay, Fatal Push, Dusk Legion Zealot, and then hopefully into a Baron or a Yeheni. My Yehen, my Yehi. Dale Cooper. Come on, play some sort of 1-drop we want to kill. You aren't a deck that probably plays 1-drops we want to kill. Why wouldn't you listen to us? Okay, we've got the Harvester. But next turn, probably run out Yeheni. Mana efficiency. No more lies. Because that card is bonkers. Mana leak, but with upside. Yup. That's just disgusting on it. The fact that it exiles as well is so. At some point, I need to play control so that I can learn how to play control, but just feels bad to not let people play Magic. So we could have convoked out the Markov Baron, but don't really want to do that. So Wandering Emperor mana, I sense. Still think we'll try this. Like, I feel a lot more okay running it out here and not tapping stuff down, because if they do No More Lies it, then we basically get to attack in without having to worry about the Emperor. If they do let it land, we can attack in, they exile that, but then we've landed a Lord that kind of helps stuff out a little. But we certainly would love more land. Okay. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam with all these vampires. It's Wandering Emperor. We know it's Wandering Emperor. It's not Wandering Emperor? Are you waiting for a Supreme Verdict? It's Deluge. Okay. Wratherboard. Okay, not as bad of a Wrath as I had thought. I guess that does hit a lot of the best cards. Ugh, the tap land. It's okay. So next turn we can Bloodletter, and if we draw an untapped land, we can either Westgate or Lolth. Lolth. Raffle. Haha. Look at us go with our 2-power lifelink. This is the power of vampires. You don't even want to spend a kill spell, do you? We have achieved mediocrity. Ooh. Oh. And that was a mighty good land for it, too. I do sense that we're going to get... there's going to be some sort of wrath here soon, I assume. Oh no, there's the Wandering Emperor! Okay. Make a 1-1, or make a 2-2? I think we actually Fatal Push that and then just run out the Bloodletter. Because that Fatal Push is going to be kind of a dead card otherwise. And Bloodletter is still actually very respectable. If they... It means that we have lethal on board if they don't do anything. Now, actually even more than that. But we know they can either exile this or make another 2-2 to block. So, like, we know they have outs, but there's the Supreme Verdict. This feels like No More Lies, so I would like to... I think it's the Westgate Regent, since it's uncounterable, as much as I think Lolth is good for being able to dodge board wipes and whatnot. I think we also need to dodge the counterspell. Oh, come on, No More Lies it. Do it! Do it! Because, as I understand, you can still target, it just fizzles. Oh no, because it becomes an invalid target? I don't know. I should double check that. Ah, they do. Okay, they've got Get Lost. So Wolf still would. Oh, but they also had the no more lies. We were right.
Show them how we
Let's just be trying to tax their hand. Westgate Regent number 2. Do you have the second answer? Let's see what we draw. Do we get a land? If so, we probably run it out. But then we don't get to do... No, I think we still do that. I think having out the tap land gives us more options in the future, even if this lets us dig deeper and filter more. Because then we could Lolth next turn with enough mana to dodge and to pay for no more lies, which I think is very good. Okay, scrying, because they always like to have... I guess, I don't know. The way I kind of conceptualize blue-white control in a lot of ways is like a very skill-heavy rogue in D&D. You've got amazing action economy. You've always got something that you can be doing with your mana. So, okay, they topped something, so that's got to be an answer. You've always got something to do with your mana, but, you know, you can be very cheesy and very annoying to everyone else by taking forever in combat. And, like, I like a good rogue build. I just, you know, sometimes you don't want to deal with someone taking
remember your
all of those actions when you're just trying to have a fun time with your barbarian. Spellcasters fall into the same thing, but at least, I don't know, I think they're often doing some very neat stuff. So I assume there's a get lost. First, let's Lolth. See what they do. We are capable of paying the 3. Okay, so they absorb. We will now attempt to see the top card of our library. I think hopefully drawing a land. Fatal Push isn't bad, but I think we'll survive. We're more worried about trying to stick lethal threats. Because I assume this dies. I don't, this is what kills us ultimately, but they can make more, right? And that's the thing about control. We do need to do this, otherwise they can use this as the way to exile it. So, unfortunately, they've got more turns than we would like to try and survive if they didn't have the kill spell here. Okay. So maybe it is a Wandering Emperor, and they decided they needed to absorb because the Loth was going to be a long-term problem. Yep. Okay. Well, I think this is the point where we start firing up Hive. It does have Menace, they don't have other things. Oop! Howdy, thank you for the follow, Olivia Charlotte. Just doing our magic dailies, doing some Vampire in Explorer, so that we can actually get a draft in. How's it going? Okay. That gets marched. Glad to hear it. Always better than the alternatives. Good. My only complaint is that it's blue-white control I'm playing against. Tongue-in-cheek. No, doing pretty well. Just sort of waking up, having a nice chill morning, running some Explorer and getting my butt kicked. I think we are I don't think there's anything we can draw to get ourselves out of this position. Even like a Vein Ripper. A Vein Ripper might if they don't have removal, but they're going to get to Deluge, so they're going to have all the answers. But such is the way of fighting blue-white control. Oh, okay, fine, sure, we'll take a look. Then we can double map and see what's up. Dun dun dun. Blood Tithe Harvester. I guess that is additional pressure, so sure thing. And then they deluge, they get a wrath, and then we're sad. We get one swing in with this. I think all of their answers to it will end up killing them, so like it's close. It's closer than one might think. So they get to look 7 cards deep. Do they get something that actually effectively answers this board state? So a Supreme Verdict would, but then they lose their clock, and they still take 4, we gain 4. Single target removal is actually just the same thing. Do I also stream other games? Yes, I do. Typically, in the mornings, I play Magic, and then in the afternoon, so I typically am aiming for about 9 a.m. Pacific time to about 11, but sometimes it's hard to wake up in the morning, so it's a little loosey-goosey with when I actually start with that. And then okay, they got the Supreme Verdict. Then in the afternoons, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. PST, I play a variety of other stuff. So far, I've done Night in the Woods, Undertale, which was fun because I had somehow remained mostly unspoiled for 9 years out of my life. And I'm currently working through Baba Is You, which is a fun little puzzle game based around like rule manipulation. So I like to try and do a lot of things, but sort of my bread and butter is Magic. That's what I really enjoy as a baseline game. It's how I used to spend my Friday nights when I went out of the house. So I sort of do that in the mornings. It's nice and chill. It's already oversaturated, but I have fun. And then in the evenings, trying to do some stuff that's work through my backlog of stuff that I've never felt like I can just sit down and play on my own, basically. I think Hollow Knight is probably going to be one of the next big playthroughs. Baba Is You is certainly filling some good time, but once I'm sort of through that, I'll probably do like one shorter game and then get into doing the grand old world of Hollow Knight. Thank you, I appreciate it. Streaming has been a way for me to just try and keep my days moving while I'm figuring out my next steps in life and actually get through some of those games that I've wanted to play for years and can't justify just blocking out 2 hours of time where I'm doing it for myself. But if I'm doing it for other people, even if no one's watching, well, hey, then it's being quote-unquote productive. So they got the Teferi. This does not look great for us. I don't know what else we could get that would actually let us fight through this. So is Magic something that you have come across before? Is that something you're interested in? How did you stumble across? Okay. Slam out the Preacher. It's uncounterable. Yay. Then I do think we kind of need to try and race them. Just wandering around? Totally fair. Well, so the Magic is perhaps not the most friendly game for, if you haven't seen it before, getting started with it. But the very, very basic premise elevator pitch of it is, for most formats, you build a 60-card deck, about 2/5 of which are these lands here, which are color-coded to 5 different colors, and the other 3/5 are spells that do cool things, summoning monsters called creatures, and spells to interact with your opponent. And basically, those 5 colors are red, which is sort of like emotion and aggression, black, which is like ambition and greed, power at any cost, blue, which is like knowledge and sort of thinking things through, white, which is like order and unity, and green, which is like nature and big, beefy gorillas, kinda. Dinosaurs, cool stuff. Um, and then you tap those lands. It lets you play out cards. Basically, they cost a certain amount. So this costs 2 of any color and 1 black. And then it lets you play out the card. Creatures can attack your opponent to hit their life points. This has 2 power. They are at 7 life. So we can keep chipping away. And that's the basic form of it. Um, it is, however, a game that's been around for like over 25 years and has over like, I think 25,000 individual cards, a lot of which do some very wonky things, and Magic has only been getting more and more complicated over the years. They've been at each card does more and more stuff. So it's certainly not super beginner friendly at this point, but it's a really fun game. There are some ways that you can play it that are a little more tuned down, so you're not looking at all of the stuff that's going on all the time. But I don't know. It is one that has been a very like consistent companion for me. It's been great for meeting some interesting people, going to like local card shops. It's a pretty popular game that you can usually find some folks playing it. And even when it's online and you're not getting to see the opponent face to face, presents some interesting challenges. All right. We get to see their hand. Oh yeah, we're just doomed. So this is where I'm going to cut my losses and concede to save both of us some time. Ta-da! Okay. Well, we'll just run it back. What we're doing right now is just playing some fun games, trying to accrue a few more resources to enter an event that I've been trying to do like one a day. We'll probably not actually get around to entering the event because I stream first thing in the morning, and so need to eat breakfast and all of those lovely normal human things. Ultimism. Ultimisome 22. Intriguing. So ultimate being the last of something as opposed to penultimate. Zome, maybe like chromosome. There are, oh god, there's 23? So a total of 4. Why can't I remember how many chromosomes are in the human set? But I don't know. Maybe they are trying to advocate for people to simply have one fewer chromosome. This is my interpretation of their name. Alrighty. Ah, we're getting thought seized. They are doing to us what we were about to do to them. Unfortunate. Yep, because now we don't get to do anything this first turn, and they know what's going on in our hands, but we don't know what's going on in theirs. Information asymmetry. Not great for us. Fable. Very good card. That's why we're going to play it next turn. Bam. Oh, we have different arts. Intriguing. I've not seen that card style before. Okay, Graveyard Trespasser is bigger than our creature, and therefore we are very unhappy. So, I think we do discard a Markov Baron because we can play it off of the Madness here. I think we discard the other one. I don't think it does enough. We only get to play one of them, but that one we will play. And I think we even... Actually, yeah, convoke it. Oh wait, no, we cannot do that one. Why did I click? Okay. And then swamp. We did not draw things that we would have loved, but so we can bitter triumph here. We need to pitch a land, but I think that's probably fine. But we hold off because we have played a spell, so this doesn't flip, and we'll see if they have anything scarier. I think one of the big reasons I like Magic is that there are some similarities to chess in that there's a lot of moving pieces, there's a lot of strategy to it, but unlike chess, where I think a lot of the very high tier games, a big component is memorization. It's, it gets to a point where it's a mid game and you don't know exactly what to do. There's still a decent chunk of it where if you don't have the memorization down pat for that particular play pattern, you can't enter into it, essentially. I think Magic is very good at it creates situations that you need to learn to react to, and is far less memorization based. There are some components to it, like the fact that I can look at a couple of cards and guess what deck an opponent is playing is something that's very useful. But it's still something where I can also play blindly, just react as situations appear, and still win some of the time. Okay, they're making the trade. But that got us the treasure we needed, which acts as an additional mana of any color, to play our big scary threat that's typically hard for decks like this to deal with. They kill our thing, but that is okay. The story of Magic is also somewhat fun. You work as an artist at Fujinix, which specializes in stream customization. I appreciate the hustle. I think it is great that y'all can go out and have the confidence to go advertise to folks, but I'm using streaming as an excuse to sort of work on my own art, so I'm not going to be the business proposition you're looking for. Appreciate the offer, though. Alrighty. So, now we can swing on in and also play out the Westgate Regent. Feels good. Dun dun dun. What have you got, opponent? Probably a better vampire than us. You can't kill the Westgate Regent because ward. So like I'm feeling decent. If it's a Vein Ripper, we're sad, but like you didn't just immediately play it, and I assumed that you would if it was a Vein Ripper. Bone Crusher Giant, okay. So I guess they are going for the more like mid-rangey plan. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And now we get to hit in with Westgate Regent. Becomes an 8/8, which feels pretty fantastic. They're going to have a hard time getting through the ward. We've successfully gummed up the board. Feeling fancy, feeling free. I assume you attack in. No, okay, just letting it flip. We will discard both of our lands. Do we get something better? Okay. Bloodletter is mighty uncomfortable for them if this sticks and the Westgate Regent gets to hit in. Yep, okay. Heck yeah. Vampires doing their thing, even if it's not the traditional vampires. Lovely. So now we're only 25 gold off of being able to do that draft. But I think what we'll do is just finish up our dailies, get those 4 wins. 4 wins is great because you get 250 plus an additional 300 gold, 550, and the rest sort of tapers off. So we'll get through that, and then we'll call it today for Magic, I think. Okay. We can do Tapped Blood Crypt. Yeah, this is awkward. We've got our, like, janky 4-drop vampires that are filling in, but we will go with it anyway. Thespian stage. So, Lotus Control? Yes, hello! So, Strict Proctor. So, ETB triggers would hit our... Okay. So, it will make our Blood Type Harvester worse, but I think we take no more lies. Oh, wait, actually, hold up. Oh, their hand doesn't actually guarantee them playing stuff. And they couldn't actually no more lies next. I'm gonna take the Teferi. Okay, they got a land. But we still... Oh, I guess we don't actually get to... Oh no, we can Blood Crypt Zod ourselves. So they still need a white source, but they could also just play... They're just skipping! Okay. Because I'm like, they could run out a Lotus Field, but they want to keep the Thespian stage, I guess. Okay, zoom zoom. Can we just beep beep run on over them? I think so. Okay. They're feeling the desperation. The hasty boy. Well, hasty boy in the generic sense of the term. The hasty entity. Bum, bum, bum. Probably get rid of the Twilight Prophet. So that we can hopefully cast the Bloodletter. Ah, oh, I didn't even... So Strict Proctor is a different way to do... Gotcha, I was thinking of it as a hate card. Oh no, we could have Stone Rained them. Whoops, okay. No, we couldn't have. Because they play it and then they get priority back before we have an opportunity. So, and we can't respond to a land entering the battlefield. Oh, we want just one more damage? No. Okay. Pitch the Twilight Prophet. Mutavault. We'll take it. And we will run out Dusk Legion Zealot because it replaces itself, draws us a little closer to stuff. But even if they Wrath now, they also need a blocker or some way held up to deal with the Mutavault. Okay. Do you have a way to deal with a land? You do not. Okay. And that is why we had that game where we were kind of bemoaning all of the Mutavaults, but that's why you play Mutavault, right? It helps you chip in, and it's a very cheap way to do it. So we've got enough for a draft. I don't think I'm feeling a draft at this point in the morning. It's been an hour. We've had some stuff. So let's howdy Luffy. Just doing a little bit of Explorer on Magic, trying to make sure that we can draft tomorrow. We have finally achieved that, but we're just gonna try and finish out like daily wins and then probably wrap it up before Baba is you in the afternoon. How's it going for you today? Dun, 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 dun. Long wait queue. I think most of the people who were who were playing the Explorer, there we go, that's how it words, have moved over to Timeless. Vero. Like Pharaoh, but with a V. Ooh. Not having black mana in a predominantly black deck is, mulligan. So here we probably dump the Westgate region and just try and get good value. Hello. We would like to put you under duress. I think we take the Narset. It denies them the earliest play for digging, and means that our Fable will hopefully do stuff, our Dusk Legion Zealots will hopefully do stuff. Double Wandering Emperor is kind of a pain. Okay. Light Step. We attack in for 1. Haha. And Fable. Then get it countered. Right? No more lies. Crazy! Who would have guessed? Not me. Definitely not me. Well, in comes the 1/1. We are the vampires of the Dusk Legion. Ooh, Thoughtseize. Hey friend, what have you got going on now? More lands and annoying spells. Well, we can kill one Emperor while it's still nascent in the hand. Also, we could Thoughtseize, which is going to force them to run out the Wandering Emperor early, which will let us attack them, and then hopefully, they make the 2/2 to block, because that's more value, and then we Fatal Push it, and kill the Wandering Emperor? This does also, they aren't on 7 mana yet, so making them discard a Deluge is not necessarily bad, although, ooh. Shark Typhoon gets scary. Is that lets them make a creature that's going to be hard for us to deal with. I think as bad as it feels, we'd rather let them dig and potentially whiff. So you can exile 1 for sure and gain 2 life, or you can try and get value. Yes, yes, I simply did not understand how the card worked. Definitely. No, I think that is the objectively correct play. For unless you are confident that I have a removal spell, and hopefully you give me the credit that I know that's what's going to happen, I've planned for it, but you know, it's not for sure thing. Okay, deluging early. Deluge early, deluge often. But yeah, so I mean, like, they got to look at top 4 and grab 2, but, which is good, but we know that Shark Typhoon is going to be a problem for us that we don't really have ways out of. And okay, they got the Supreme Verdict. Oh, we can start ticking up a Sorin. Whee! Oh, okay. This is how we +1. But yeah, so, you know, it's something where it's still bad, right? Both of those were things that we did not want them to have. It's just that Shark Typhoon is like a known evil, so I would rather try and get rid of that and let them potentially whiff. I mean, you know, it's not guaranteed that they find a Wrath. It's not guaranteed that they find another Walker. They might look at 4 lands. And it uses extra mana to find it. They're probably looking for something like a Shark Typhoon, so might as well take that, is the thought process. I'm defending myself to no one. But yeah, this is rough. If we get another land and we can slam a Lolth, that might help, but I suspect that our kind of window of opportunity now, they've got a pretty stacked hand. Guessing that's kind of gone. So this is going to be a Wandering Emperor, I imagine. But here we will grow this. And, you know, let's try running out the Lolth early. Because then if they don't counter it, and then they do kill this, I mean, Exile is gonna suck, but it is what it is. No, maybe we should have zeroed her so that Restless Anchorage can't hit us even if they Wrath, but... Yep, Wandering Emperor, exile it, but we do get to make the 1/1. And we're keeping the spiders, at least for now. Sorin is not a great planeswalker when you... I mean, he is a tribal planeswalker, right? He cares about vampires. So on an empty board, he really stinks. He's not a good value proposition. Okay, but they don't get to immediately kill Lolth. Does that tap them out of it? Okay, Planeswalker tick-up duel. Draw a card, lose a life. Next turn they'll be able to do something, but for now, haha. We do get to play a Mutavault, which is not a bad thing against them, just I think they successfully have far more advantage than we do. I think this is another situation where we look at a Vein Ripper and we're like, you're probably not what we need. Oh, and they just have the shark anyway. Bum 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 bum. I mean, no, kill the Sorin. He's way more intimidating. Oh no! They figured it out. Our secret plan. Well, at least we can attack with a 2/2. And watch this. Mutavault's secretly a vampire. We might have Get Lost and we're just sad, but... Oh wait, no, Field of Ruin! No! We're ruined! Oh, it was worth a shot. No, it wasn't. Not really. We still should have fired it up, but definitely should have put on the Blood Tithe Harvester. That hurts. Well, at least the blood can get pitched away because we aren't going to be able to kill the shark if they do things right. Because you tick up on the shark, right? Come on, Sorin. No, they're loading up on the land, so maybe we hold off? But come on, Sorin. Look, she's a planeswalker just like you, and look how much better she is on an empty board. Wandering Emperor is honestly a, like, kind of messed up card in my opinion. But she's very versatile, she fits into a lot of strategies, so I can understand why you don't necessarily get rid of her. She's not necessarily ban-worthy because she still can help contribute to a healthy variety of things. It just is rough. So here we downtick Sorin, and I think we downtick on the Vein Ripper, since we want that to land more, because that gets around a counterspell. Westgate Regent might just eat a counterspell, doesn't, so we're going to eat a Wrath, but then it would still be a 6-point life swing. Oh, are they gonna march? No, deduce. Okay. Okay. So this is interesting. The fact that we got to slam down 2 big vampires, if they don't wrath here, we've got a chance. That was the worst possible wrath for us. We are just gonna... they have accrued too much value. Dun dun dun. I don't even know if vampires is like... I haven't looked at like, oh, you know, is it a tier 1 deck? Oh. Like I'm guessing it's being played because of the championship event that got won with Vein Rippers. For me, it's just I just want to play Vein Ripper. It's a sick card. Being able to Fable of the Mirror Breaker that card, and then you get the sacrifice value, and it's like doubled up triggers, and it's just like, oh, that's so cool to me. It's cool enough that even with only one, I'm trying it. Some sort of, oh, something with Jund, so that it's like Vein Ripper and Titan of Industry and Fable would be, oh, I don't think at all practical, but, oh. This is not a good hand, but we're keeping it. And we get to play out a Shockland tapped, then Black Cleave into Harvester, and then rip lands and spells. We've got the one of Vein Ripper. Mausoleum Wanderer is only non-creature spell. No, it's not even. It's instant or sorcery. Okay. So we try and kill that, right? Like, that needs to die. So first, let's duress. Oh no, do they have a bounce spell for it? Ah, okay. So we do not get to kill it, which is why they were fine doing it. Oh, and that was their only non-creature spell. Okay, they've got the spirit. But crash. Like, on the bright side, that does mean, well, okay, you know, they can draw counter spells, but like, it's not just there. But Curious Obsession does just let them draw stuff. I forget that you sacrifice Curious Obsession if you don't attack, because you just always attack with it. The decks that play it, you are never not attacking. Okay. But I honestly think we do just do this to try and cycle. I think we'd prefer Lolth over the Westgate Regent because it makes more anti-flying blockers. A Fatal Push would be amazing here. Well, not necessarily amazing, but it would certainly help. This is looking rough. We'll attack in, since it's not like we get to block. I guess they do like the Ascendant Spirit, but we could try and talk Enuma back the Westgate Regent, which might not be the worst. Alrighty. Le pass. Bum bum bum. That was spooky. I like to keep an eye on viewer count just so I know, like, if there's a lurker, I don't want to, you know, like, call them out, because I totally get not wanting to like always talk in a stream. Ooh, actually, maybe we take the Sorin? No. Yes. Maybe? Yes. But like, it's still I'm going to change my commentary a little bit, right? Because then I've actually, there's someone watching. I'm gonna make it helps me dig deep a little bit to tell interesting stories. Interesting with heavy air quotes. Um, in any case, I glanced over and I saw, okay, one viewer, which is me monitoring the stream, and 0 followers. Which, again, follower count is, you know, whatever, right? I'm doing this for fun, and it's super cool that some of y'all enjoy watching. But that seemed weird. I wanted to make sure there wasn't some sort of issue where all of a sudden things went away and would make it hard for y'all to find stuff. Fortunately, it's back to 32, so just Twitch having a hiccup. Hiccup. What you got? You can tap down some spiders to kill Lolth. Then we get to hit you back hard. Not as hard as you could be hitting us, but fairly hard. And if we can stick a Vein Ripper. I'm afraid your investigation has reached a dead end. Why does it have all of these, like, shadowy copies of itself? What is the lighting in this picture? Is this a Rakdos card that's just being very dramatic? So, Loth is guaranteed dead. I think we do take the block while we can get it. Even though, potentially extra life gain down the road. I think... Oh god. I think we tried a Sorin. Well, okay. So Geist Light... Hold on. So their counter spells are either Spell Queller, right? So Spell Queller would be bad because it can only hit things that are... Oh no, but it's not going to be because it's blue-white. So what's Geist Light Snare? Is it just a counter target spell unless its controller pays 3? Okay. And this only hits instant and sorcery. So yeah, we want to play the Sorin. Because I guess they could play like Negate or something. Oh my god, it worked. Okay. We can run out the Vein Ripper. And then we try Fabling. Okay. We do attack with the Blood Tithe Harvester. Because it doesn't get to block. Okay. I mean, there's still things they can do, but the fact that Vein Ripper has Ward Sacrifice a creature and can gain us life, like, that helps a lot. That is much harder to fight through. Because even tapping it costs them a creature, and therefore some life swing. And even then, they probably need to kill the Sorin if they don't get to kill the Vein Ripper. Okay, we get some life back, and we get rid of one of their creatures. So then they tap down the Spider, and then they can kill Sorin, but... I mean, even blocking here, that's going to drain them for 4, right? Like, chumping is actually decent. Ah, okay, so we don't get to block flyers, but we will block there. And we probably get to swing in for lethal. Nope. We will not. We will fire up the Mutavault. And we will swing. Yeah, I guess with everything. Okay, flash and a blocker. But that's still lethal damage. Okay. Vein Ripper. Very good card. I mean, like, Westgate Regent forces them to discard, but hitting things that are on the board is, I think, significantly better. I mean, I guess it really depends on the situation. But, alright. We got the 4 daily wins. We've got 10,000 gold. So, tomorrow we will be back and get another draft in, and hopefully we can chain that so that soon, we've got 131 packs stacked up, which is nothing to sneeze at. But yeah, currently our draft tracker says we've oh, actually, let's look at that. Sorry, I don't know how to show this to you well without being worried about doxing myself. I'll figure something out for that in future stuff. But basically, we have taken 120 rares and 21 mythics. We're not really looking at mythic completion, but we've got 120 rares taken. We're projecting that if we open those 131 packs, we'll get an additional 107 rares, because keep in mind, the opening rate for mythics for this set is a 1 in 7.8. And then rares, I believe, are 1 in 7, or 7 out of 8. And then you've got 14/15ths of the time things become a wild card, which is great. We love it. But actually, wait, what's 14 divided by 15 in decimal? Sorry, a 1 in 15. Yep, that's about that 0.7, 0.6. Okay. I can never remember doing the rare math always breaks my brain a bit. With the upgrade rates, but I think this is correct. So I think with that rate, so we're projecting we'll open 107 rares, and that means that we only need another 43 rares total before we'll be rare complete. So at the current 53% win rate and the rate we've been taking stuff, that should be another 6.8 drafts, which might be a little hard to swing, but we should get a booster pack infusion at the end of month, thanks to the season ranked rewards, but it will only be like 6 packs, so not necessarily there, but we're getting close. And once we do, we should be able to do some more fancy, awesome brewing. But for now, that's going to do it for Magic for today. I'm going to go do those normal human things and then come back around 2 p.m. Pacific with some more Baba Is You. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. I appreciate it as always. It's always fun to hang out. If I don't see you again later in the day, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. But for now, bye.